If you are going to sell a home, is saving commissions one of your top priorities? Or maybe in essence, I should say, saving money. Hi, I'm Michael Schuster, Forest Hill Real Estate. When it comes to hiring a realtor, many people focus less on the knowledge, expertise, and skills that a realtor might have, and base their hiring decision primarily on the commissions that the realtor charges. In my book called Choose Your Realtor Carefully, some of the many important topics that I cover in that book are the importance of finding the best fit for you. I do offer interview questions to determine what knowledge, skills, and experience a realtor might have that should be important to you. And of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the right personality and the right approach to work together with you, and most overlooked, the utmost integrity. And by the way, I'm not trying to plug sales in my book here. In fact, if you wanted a free copy, just let me know and I'd be happy to send it to you. Now, please don't get me wrong. I understand that money is very important to you and everyone, but be careful because the realtor who offers the largest discount on their commission might not necessarily be the realtor who can put the most money in your pocket. And that is, of course, the most important thing that you care about, isn't it? The most money in your bank account at the end of the process. So here's an example to illustrate what I'm talking about. Let's say, for starters, the standard real estate fees to list a property are 5%. And sometimes you'll see an ad by a real estate agent where their ad might say 1% commission. Usually that means they're offering a 1% discount off the total 5%. In other words, 4% total instead of 5%. It's not a 1% total. Now, let me point out something that's really important, and I'll just cover this real quick here for you. When a listing brokerage charges 5% total, the realtor that you hire doesn't get the 5%. They have to pay out half of that, so 2.5%, to the agent who brings the buyer that ultimately buys your home. So it's impossible for the total real estate commission to just be 1%. Now, let's say you have a $900,000 home that you want to sell. So the total savings on real estate commissions, if you were to hire a 1% discounted realtor, would be $9,000. Now you're probably thinking, Michael, if I can save $9,000, then why wouldn't I? $9,000 is a lot of money. And I couldn't agree more with you. If a friend asked you to give them $9,000 so that they could send their kids to camp, you'd look at them like they fell off another planet. But what you really need to determine is which realtor is going to do the best negotiating for you and get the highest selling price for you and put the most money in your bank. Here's what I mean and why this is so important and might not be so obvious. Please consider two things here. Number one, if a realtor doesn't have the ability to justify or sell themselves and their own value, and so they have to discount themselves like a commodity, then what makes you think they have the knowledge and skill and ability to justify the highest value for your home to potential buyers? They clearly don't know how to sell value, so instead they simply offer a discount. But let's face it, this isn't Walmart. Your home isn't just another commodity on a shelf. There is value in your home, and I guarantee there are unique features and value that your home offers some lucky buyer. So you need someone who is skilled at selling value, not just discounting a commodity. And number two, I'd really like you to think about this for a minute. If you interview a realtor to sell your home, and you can convince them to reduce their fees, do you realize that you've just out-negotiated the person that you're hiring and paying to negotiate for you the sale of your single largest asset? These aren't just fancy words that I'm sharing with you now. Here are some real numbers to put this into perspective for you. Let's say again that you have a $900,000 home, and let's say you receive an offer from a buyer of $875,000. It's not entirely unreasonable or uncommon. Every buyer wants to feel that they got a discount if they can, so they never start with their best offer. Now let's say you hired a discount realtor who can't justify or sell value. And if you out-negotiated the agent who is supposed to do that for a living, then they probably aren't the best negotiator. So here's what happens. Your real estate agent might present that $875,000 offer to you and tell you it's a good offer, or it's perfectly reasonable, or I think you should accept it, or it's only a slight discount off the asking price. Now here's the big what if that you have to think about. What if a realtor who is a skilled negotiator and knows how to sell value and the value of your home goes back to that buyer with the $875,000 offer and convinces them to raise their offer by just $9,000 to $884,000. Do you realize that by negotiating the offer higher by only $9,000, that offsets the same $9,000 that you thought you saved when you hired a realtor that lowered their fees by 1%? In other words, you haven't saved a single penny. You've only broken even. Now, what if that same real estate agent, the negotiator who knows how to sell value, actually raised the initial offer that you received, the $875,000 offer, by $15,000 to $890,000 from the $875,000? Not only is the 1% difference in the fees or commissions a total wash, meaning one cancels out the other, but the extra $6,000 above that $9,000 goes into your pocket. So you net $6,000 more with the agent that you actually paid 5% to, because they were able to negotiate more than the 1% difference to justify their fees. So if I, for example, got that initial $875,000 offer to $885,000 or anything more than that, every additional dollar that I negotiated above and beyond that 1% difference goes into your bank account, not mine or any realtor you hire. So just to be clear, you might think that by getting a 1% discount, you saved $9,000 in this analogy, but you might in fact have walked away with less net profit at the end in your bank account. And finally, if you think this is irrelevant in times when there are multiple offers or bidding wars, when the market is really hot, then I urge you to consider this for a minute. The same principles do apply. You might have several offers narrowed down to 2 offers that are bidding for your property by the end of the evening. And it would be very easy for a discount agent to just tell you to take the highest offer because it's already more than the amount that you expected to sell for, and it's already far over your asking price. It's a no-brainer, right? Well, not too long ago, I was working for a client, a seller, and by midnight, we were down to 2 offers remaining, and one was slightly higher than the other. My clients were tired and ready to just accept the higher offer of the 2 remaining offers. It was already far more than they expected that they were going to get for the house. So I looked at them and I said, what if I just go back to that agent for the buyer with one more strategy that I have, and I can get a few more $1,000 out of them? Would that be okay? And they said, sure. So I tried one of my negotiating strategies that I've even taught some other realtors over the years. And guess what? I got an additional $5,000 more from the buyers than my sellers were originally ready to accept. So high-skilled negotiating and selling value can still put more money in your bank, even in multiple offer situations. And the moral of the story is, don't be what my accountant calls a penny wise but a pound foolish. The full price real estate agent can likely put far more money in your bank account than the discount agent. You might be saving $10,000 in fees, but leaving an extra $20 or $30 or even $50 or $100,000 on the table in some cases that the sellers could have had in your bank instead of the buyers having in their bank. So if you're thinking of selling a home, a house, or a condo, and you want to talk more about real estate commissions, I'm always happy to chat. And remember, when it comes to real estate or any other experience or process in life, if there's a better way, wouldn't you at least want to know about it? So again, just email me any questions you might have, mike@thereguy.ca. It's always strictly confidential, never any pressure obligation. I just love to talk real estate. Thanks for watching.